Hello and welcome back, all my Dragon Ball theorists. The plot being unveiled in a Dragon Ball Super Manga continues to deepen as everyone is on full alert making preparations to formulate a plan to stop Moro from reshaping the universe to his liking. A tall task for our heroes and the resistance of this villain to accomplish, because Moro has also prepared. This ancient villain who has spent 10 million years at the Galactic Prison has had all the time needed to set in motion his ominous plan to reset balance amongst the stars. Do you honestly think that Moro has sat idle in his confinement for all this time? Do you think allies of this villain didn't exist before his imprisonment, or he wouldn't find new ones that have a similar interest to finally be free against the tyranny of justice? Of course you wouldn't think that. Not when dealing with an ancient power so vast that even with his magic being sealed away, he couldn't be killed. The execution failed, so the foolish galactic government thought they could just seal him away and forget about him forever. How naive. Now everything is going exactly as Moro planned, and in this video, we will continue the story I already laid out in my previous videos, exposing Merus' true identity, how Moro has never acted alone, and his calculated ominous plan will only consume more of what the universe has to offer him. Goku has stated that Moro's ki feels like a lot of people screaming in pain. Countless souls are now part of Moro, making him stronger, wiser, and nearly unstoppable. So what will the rest of the universe choose? Join Moro, or live for eternity enslaved inside him? Now let's get started with the story. I thought, gazing at the beauty of the landscape again, it as though the fiend has prevailed against the angels, and fixed his throne in a heaven to rule it as though it were hell. Tom Holland, Lord of the Dead. First, to be a true villain and always a step ahead of your enemy, you must master deception. You never work alone to realize your ideals, and your true intentions must never be realized until victory is achieved. Moro is no exception to this and has exemplified what a true villain looks like recently to the fans of Dragon Ball. While the story being told is that Moro's magic has returned, and this is why he has escaped. That would be a foolish story to believe, especially by the one who is telling it. Someone who has now fully admitted that he must use deception and conceal his actual identity from the outside world. Why hide all this power? If you really were on the side of justice and in fact do know Ultra Instinct, couldn't you have easily recaptured Moro in his weakened state? Instead, this charade was put in place to hide your true intentions. These intentions will only be realized when victory is achieved. Don't worry, Goku. Merus will tell you soon enough. I want to mention again my Merus' True Identity Explained video as an in-depth analysis of how his attempt to capture Moro was never true. I won't go over every detail in this video again to save time, so if you want overwhelming evidence, then please watch that along with this one. This is merely a continuation of that story and how Moro and Merus have an ancient alliance with each other. Now finally, other YouTubers are catching on and saying Merus is an angel. However, we must look deeper into the situation. If Merus is an angel with unimaginable power, this story would have been finished before it started, as he would have captured Moro instantly and resealed him in the Galactic Prison. He is the #1 elite after all. Merus obviously isn't some character hiding his power and true identity to play Justice League and catch random bad guys for fun. The fact is, he doesn't need rocket boots to get around, and he has proved on several occasions to be way faster than Goku and Vegeta. He also doesn't need a helmet to breathe in space. This was just a ploy so Jocko and everyone wouldn't discover his true identity. This is all part of his deception, and the only answer that makes any sense is everything up to now has been an intricate part of their ominous plan. Merus knew that the Galactic Patrol was a perfect place to hide and conceal his identity while being able to be a part of an organization that has access to information on everything going on in the universe, good and bad. He was able to blend in, hide his powers, and wait for the perfect time to help Moro escape. Why is the perfect time now? Merus now knows about the Tournament of Power and the incredible fighters that were in it. He would have been able to visit Moro in his cell and speak with him, saying that there are amazing life forces now to absorb, that now, after millions of years, it is time to put in place our plan that was thwarted millions of years ago. This is why Merus went to Earth to kidnap Buu. He didn't need Buu to reseal Moro's magic, but he knew that Goku and Vegeta would come to try and stop him. Since Merus knows Ultra Instinct, it was an easy task for him to handle Goku and Vegeta, to bring the two strongest fighters in the universe right to Moro, so that way he could siphon their energy away, restoring his youth. Merus just handpicked the best meal for Moro to kickstart their real mission. Oh, but Merus did come to their aid, and he did try to stop Moro, right? Here's the real question. Why didn't Moro absorb Merus' power? If he is really this strong and a true enemy of Moro, wouldn't Moro be feasting on his energy as they fight? The fact is Moro never tried to absorb his power because he knew that Merus was playing a convincing role in this plan. This is why Merus sat back and allowed Moro to attain his wish with the Dragon Balls. Merus, a fighter that knows Ultra Instinct, allowed Moro to zip right past him and make his final wish? Right. Step 1. Free Moro. Step 2. Bring him the best energy in the universe. Step 3. Form an elite army and continue to gain more power. But Goku is on to Merus hiding something. After becoming sure of it, he asks Merus to train him, which he is amused and agrees. The weaknesses Goku still has is his overconfidence and his gullibility to believe that someone is telling the truth. Goku, we love you, but not everyone has good intentions. So now finally Merus has brought Goku here to train, but also has taken him to a place sealed off from the outside world, a room of spirit and time. Here Merus can unleash his full power on Goku and see what he is made of. However, there will be more to this training session than Goku suspects. The reason Moro never needed to pursue after Goku and Vegeta is because he has Merus secretly working with him. Now Goku is in another dimension, alone with the enemy, a place where Whis can't watch or see them. Here, Merus will draw out the best in Goku but impart a final lesson to him as Merus states his true reasons for his deceptions. Goku, long ago in a time before time, Zeno became upset with the way my student was handling his destruction role of the universe. A very talented student who had brilliant use of magic was able to convince gods of other universes that they should stand up to Zeno, that they should fight for a better system and to be completely free to shape their universes as they please. Unfortunately, Zeno found out that a rebellion was starting to form against him and erased the 6 universes that had defiant plans before we attained enough power to overthrow him. Goku, I don't wish ill will towards Zeno or anyone, but my student was right. So I knew I had to act fast if I was going to save him. There are certain divine laws that the system must obey, and that is why it is flawed and it must be dealt with. You heard we state before that when the deity of an angel serves dies, his function is suspended until a new god appears. Well, I refuse to go dormant, and because I come from the divine source that is absolved from being erased by Zeno, I gave my divine energy to my god of destruction, shielding him from being erased. You know who I am talking about, right, Goku? A look of terror creeps into his eyes. No, it can't be. Yes, Goku. Keeping Moro alive kept me functioning, although I was incredibly weakened from doing this and had no idea when or if my divine power would return. However, Moro vowed that on that day my sacrifice would never be wasted. So after time, we started here in Universe 7, where Moro began to absorb power 10 million years ago, until he ran into another very talented magician, the Great Lord of Lords. Fortunately, my divine energy I've given Moro also still prevented him from being destroyed through their traditional means, so he was then imprisoned for 10 million years, until I freed him, of course. Goku screams, but why? Why free him now? Why help him kill all these innocent people? Well, Goku, you see, Moro wasn't waiting for his magic to return, as much as he was waiting for me to regain the use of my divine energy again. You see, after I started to regain my power, I enrolled in the Galactic Patrol, easily taking the position of #1 elite to oversee all operations in the universe, waiting for the perfect time for both of us to achieve our splendid ideals. You mortals have come a very long way, even using God Ki, but you still don't understand what it actually is like to be a god, to be prisoner to a system for eternity. No, Goku, you are wrong. We are the innocent ones, and we have been waiting for this for a very long time. Now this is where your journey ends. Merus instantly appears behind Goku and chops him on the back of the neck, rendering him unconscious. Looking down at Goku, Merus states, "You truly are a phenomenal mortal, the most unique one I have ever encountered. I hope one day we meet again somehow and you can see my side of things, but I can't have you following me when you awake right away either." Merus leaves the time chamber and destroys the exit. He now sends a message to Moro and says the deed is done. How are you making out, my lord? Moro eagerly responds, you spent quite a bit of time with those mortals. Was it anything important? Merus responds, these Saiyans are truly intriguing of a species, and Goku has even tapped into Ultra Instinct before. Moro gasps, really? It was good for you to keep an eye on them then. To think, mortals possessing the power of the gods. What an interesting world we are about to take over. Merus agrees and asks, "Are you almost at your destination, my lord?" "Yes. The scouts have led me to many fascinating systems to devour, but now I must meet with this so-called Emperor of Evil I have heard so much about. Honestly, I can't wait to meet him." Well, that is it, everyone, for part 1 of the Ominous Plan, a story that tells of Merus and Moro's origins and how Goku will soon be betrayed. I really have been trying to put a lot more time into developing these types of stories, so the best support you can do for me is to share them and make sure you smash that like button, and go into my deep information and stories playlist and sit back and enjoy them as well. Now tell me, is Goku being set up by Merus and soon will be betrayed? What did you like most about this story? I always love to hear your thoughts and theories in the comments below. I hope everyone has a great week. Also, please subscribe and turn on that notification bell to keep those theories coming.